Well, welcome back to my channel, everyone. My name is Mark Braswell. I'm an artist living in Denver, Colorado. If you like my page, like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoy the content I'm giving you. I have been working on a very large painting. This is about 6 feet by 6 feet, maybe a little bit bigger than that. It was black and white, and you may have seen earlier iterations of it where there was a lot of pink, and there's still pink in it, but this is my black and white series, and I really want it to be predominantly those two things. So it's went through a bunch of transformations. When I show it to you, you're probably going to not even recognize that that was the same painting. So I'm going to turn around and kind of see where I'm at. So you can see some of the pink is still left in there. I finally yesterday figured out the composition I want. So I added these kind of long lines right in here, and I darkened the bottom of it because I thought it was a little bit too airy and it was a little bit confusing to look at. So what I normally do, I talk about this sometimes, I take a photograph and then I put it in my computer and then I manipulate it. So I'm going to show you what I'm working off of now. I still have a few more things I want to do. But you can see I had added these lines like I talked about, but in here there's a lot more white and it kind of goes up to this side, and I don't quite have that yet here, so I'm definitely going to work on that today. So I hope you enjoy and if you have any questions, please just let me know in the comments. I try to get back to everybody that watches these, and I hope you enjoy listening to a new artist. He's a violin, a cello person. His name is, I'll put his name in the bottom of here. Just beautiful, almost pop orchestra kind of work. Hope you enjoy, and let's get going. So, as always, I'm going to be working on here and up in here. And actually, this is more predominant than the other one, so I think I'm going to do something with this part here. So, go ahead and just spray it with water, let it soak. It makes the canvas more malleable and easier for the paint to flow. In a way, you don't want too much, because if you do, it's going to drip, and I don't want that. I just want it to have a very light, moisture on it. So you can see here, I just have white, and of course I'm going to wet that a little bit too. Just kind of, I still want this to be as, loose as possible, also kind of off the top of my head. But I find that sometimes if I really plan something out, I can still add those things, but I still have a lot of leeway in it. So maybe hard to tell here, but in some of these it's kind of rough. So what I do is I'll just barely mist it. And then load up with the paint, of course, and then just kind of come back and make it a little bit more solid. So I'm going to come back into this. I have a this dirty smaller brush now. So I'm just going to come in and really define some of these things. Okay, I forgot about that. One strategy that I've been using, I don't know if anyone else has noticed it, is instead of just painting like very solid shapes, I do it like in patterns. So instead of just painting this solid white, I will go over it with multiple brush strokes just so I can get a little bit of movement in there. So you can see right here, I'll get up close so you can see it. It's really dripping because I put too much water on here, which is fine. When you do abstraction, especially when you do very expressionistic stuff, if things like bleeds or drips happen, it's not the end of the world. And it actually sometimes makes the painting even better. So I think I'm just about where I want to be with this. It does have right in here, there's a little bit more misting happening. So what I'm going to do, this is a technique called dry brush. I think that most people are kind of familiar with it. What it really is you, instead of using a lot of water or gel medium or anything like that, you just keep it as the paint. And then I'm going to take a dry brush and I'm just going to almost go like this, like jab it and kind of push it around. It's going to have rough edges, but I'm going to blend it out so much that it'll kind of come down into here. So I have a lot of brushes that I have my fine brushes when I do something small that are really nice. I take very good care of them. Then I have a whole series of ones that aren't so nice. but I can do things like this to them and make it really scruffy. And it's not that expensive a brush, and I use it only for this. So it kind of comes on, it makes this kind of half gray look to it, and I really wanted this to blend in a little bit more. You can see I'm obliterating some of the black that I had there. That's easy to come back over. So instead of just going straight in here, what I'll do is I'll just kind of put a little bit on the edges like this, and I'll even brush it off a lot of it. I just need a little bit more right in here, I think. One thing that I've been trying to be super conscious of is sometimes I take the shapes a little bit too far and they become very sterile and solid. And I want to have that kind of looseness. So anytime I see something that's trying to be really positive shape form, I go back in and I'm just taking this kind of dry brush technique and really blending it into the stuff. And if I need it to be very, like I'm going to come back in here just 1 second and do this black, you'll see what a difference it makes that I did this first. Okay. Okay. I think it's wet enough, so I'm not going to spray on here. I'm going to spray in here just so I can get the paint moving a little bit more liquid focused. Okay, I think I'm just about there. I'm going to take this off here. You can kind of see what I did. So this was very gray in here, so I really pulled that out and then had the lines go straight up here. I then blended with some dry brush. I'll go in real close so you can see the dry brush stuff. See how you can see like 3 or 4 layers in it. It doesn't cover up stuff, and that's not really what I want. So I came back in with the black to kind of pull it like these lines are jumping out of the blackness. And this is what I was talking about before. I got this too wet, and it's dripping down like this, and I actually like it. So I think I'm going to keep it. I might clean up the top of that line a little bit. So let me know what you think. I think I'm getting very close to the end of this. So I'm going to live with this for the rest of the day and then maybe come back to it. Again, I want to thank everyone for watching my videos. If you have any comments or suggestions, please let me know, and I'll see you next time.